You've got questions. Well, we've got answers, and we have the man to answer them. Jeffrey Levine from Buckingham. Jeffrey, welcome back to another episode of Ask the Hammer.
Good to be with you, Bob.
Oh, it's so good to have you. I've got a good question in my inbox. It goes like this. I plan to suspend my Social Security at FRA so as to start making Roth IRA conversions. And I'm doing that to avoid possibly having IRMA charges or going into the next highest tax bracket. Is this a good strategy?
Well, Bob, this is our favorite answer. It depends.
It depends.
That's right. It depends. Yeah, there's a couple of things going on here, right? One of them is maximizing tax efficiency, and the other one is really maximizing Social Security benefits. So we really need to break those down into two different areas. From a tax efficiency standpoint, our goal is pay tax when your rate is the lowest. So certainly by removing certain income from your life via stopping Social Security payments, that could certainly help you keep overall income lower, make less of your less of your conversion taxed at a higher rate, could cause you to limit your Medicare Part B premiums, all the things that we were just hearing about from that listener or from that reader. Now, having said that, while that can help to optimize tax efficiency, there is another element of this in that when you suspend your Social Security benefits, you're not receiving benefits. So if you, let's say, pass away during this time while you're suspending benefits or shortly thereafterwards, it may be that you had a tax efficient move to make some conversions, but it might be you did so at the expense of losing years of benefits. And as we always say, there's an easy way to be tax efficient: make no money and you have no tax problem. So if you just avoid, if you just cancel those payments, if you will, then you may end up having a more efficient conversion, but you may end up in a net worse scenario because you kind of forewent so many years of Social Security. Now, if you live long enough and you're replacing later on IRA distributions with larger Social Security checks, then absolutely, this can be an excellent move and is a move that a lot of people end up doing.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I mean, when you suspend, you will earn delayed retirement credit. So that's one benefit, obviously, right, of suspending after FRA.
That's right. Once you hit full retirement age, you are able to suspend. And even though that means you must have started early, you will increase your early payment by the 8% per year. And of course, that doesn't have to be a full year. It's 8/12 of 1% for each month. So every month you're delaying, you're seeing a slightly larger check for the rest of your life. And of course, if you're married, that check, if it's higher, goes on to your surviving spouse. So that can be helpful. And it's also worth noting that while in general, $1 of IRA money is taxed at $1, $1 of Social Security income is not. At a best case scenario, if you have, modest other income, all of your Social Security benefits are tax-free. But even for those who are high income individuals and have high net worth, it's still a 15% tax-free check, meaning you pay tax on up to 85%. But Bob, I think back, across the money I've earned so far in my life and the money I will earn, and I think a lot of other people would feel the same, that if they had 15% of that tax-free, my goodness, what more could you have done over the years? How much more could you have given to charity or extra vacations you could have taken? So even though it's not necessarily as good as being tax-free, the fact that you could replace $1 of IRA income with $1 of Social Security income later on in life actually means you get more money in your pocket in most cases, because you're replacing tax inefficient income with income that, on a comparable basis at least, is tax efficient.
Right. And then last question around this, part of this seems to be like a math problem, and it might be dictated by whether not delaying it would push you up into the 22-24% versus a higher tax bracket. And then what the effect would be on the Part B premium in terms of the income related monthly adjustment amount, which is only a 1 year at a time increase, perhaps. So is it a lot of sort of jumping through hoops for what might be a small benefit in the near term?
It's hard to think that the Roth conversion benefit, I mean, there's certainly, if you're pushing into a higher IRMA bracket, maybe there's, something there. But I think the bigger impact here actually will be on the Social Security benefits themselves. The fact that deferring might help you keep your income lower, and maybe you can do some efficient Roth conversions, that to me is almost like a nice, oh yes, and. But I think the bigger thing here, provided the individual lives long enough, of course, is that by stopping and suspending benefits, you will get that 8% credit per year. And that can help offset the reduction from claiming early. That can increase benefits, again, for the rest of your life and a spouse's life. And that may, in fact, end up being the more meaningful long-term impact as compared to, let's say, a Roth conversion.
Right. And I guess the presumption is that you could live without the income that you would have received from Social Security, or you could generate it in other ways, part-time work, distributions from a retirement account, et cetera.
Exactly, right. Or even if you have taxable accounts, bank accounts and brokerage accounts, just spending down some of the principal there to allow you to make some more tax efficient Roth conversions is something we see kind of commonly as well.
Yeah. Well, I hope our readers don't suspend asking us questions, because it would be to their benefit not to.
That's indeed correct. And while we don't give 8% credit, we do give answers. So, at the end of the day, which is better? Answers, really. Okay. All right. So let us know. Give us a shout. Email us at askthehammer@buckinghamgroup.com. Again, that's askthehammer@buckinghamgroup.com. And Bob and I look forward to seeing your questions in our inbox real soon.